I'm sure many of you have had this experience. You give a housing contractor $5,000 to fix something in your house. He does a lousy job. Do you have any legal recourse? The answer to the question depends on whether the contractor materially breached the contract or not. A material breach is a breach that is so significant that it really deprives you, the injured party, of the benefit of the bargain. For example, if you go to a restaurant, you order a hot dog, and they bring you a chicken sandwich, you can argue that's a material breach. If a material breach occurs, the injured party can simply end the contract and go to court and try to collect damages. But if the breach of contract is immaterial, minor, the doctrine of what's called substantial performance will most likely govern. There's a famous case written by a justice named Benjamin Cardozo, who served on the United States Supreme Court as well as on the New York Court of Appeals, and the case is called Jacob and Young versus Kent. And it perfectly describes what substantial performance is. That contract called for a home builder to use a certain type of pipe in the construction of a house, but the builder made a mistake and didn't use it in the entire house. The owner demanded everything to be rebuilt from scratch. The builder said, no, that would be ridiculous. I put a fortune of money into the repair and I can't afford to undo everything. The contract was canceled and the builder sued for the rest of his payment. In Justice Cardozo's decision, he held that while the homeowner technically breached the contract, the mistake wasn't willful and the error was so slight and the breach was so immaterial that the home builder substantially performed and was entitled to the balance of his payment. So, your legal recourse will depend on the particular contract you sign and whether a vendor substantially performed or not. One thing to remember is always notify the contractor as soon as you discover a defect. If you discover something and say nothing, a court may find that you accepted the work by implication. So act accordingly. I'm Alan Dershowitz for Newsmax TV.